Discipline does start with waking up early. It really does. But that is just the beginning. And I always say that discipline is the root of all good qualities. But you have to absolutely apply it to things outside of just waking up early. It's everything. It's working out every day, making yourself stronger and faster and more flexible and healthier. Discipline is eating the right foods to fuel your system. It's about disciplining your emotions so you can make good decisions. It's about having the discipline to control your ego so your ego doesn't get out of hand and control you. It's about treating people the way you would want to be treated. And doing the tasks that you don't necessarily want to do, but that you know will help you or help your team. It's about facing your fears. It takes discipline to face your fears so you can conquer them. And that's what discipline is. Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right for yourself and for other people. It's so often the easy path that calls to us to be weak for that moment, to break down for that moment, to give in to the desire and the short-term gratification. But the discipline will not allow that. The discipline calls for strength and fortitude and will. It won't accept weakness. It won't tolerate another breakdown. The discipline can seem like it's your worst enemy. But the reality is, discipline is your best friend. It will take care of you like nothing else can. And it'll put you on that path. The path to strength and health and intelligence and happiness. And most importantly, it'll put you on that path to freedom.
So dreamer out there, you that's watching this video, I hear you saying how bad you want it. I hear you saying that you'll do anything to get it. But I got a question for you. Are you really about that life? Are you really willing to sacrifice what you like just to get what you love? Partying every weekend might be fun, but is it helping you live your dreams? If it ain't helping you live your dream, then why do it? If it ain't helping you live the life that you want to live, then why do it? In order to move up, there's some things you must be willing to give up straight up. Discipline isn't about saying no to the things you hate. That's easy. Discipline is about saying no to the things you like that don't help you get the things you love. So if you say you want a relationship, then why are you saying yes to the things that keep you single? If you say you want to be healthy, then why are you constantly saying yes to the things that keep you out of shape? If you say you want to be great, then why are you saying yes to the things that keep you average? Look, success isn't for the most talented. Success is for the most disciplined. It's for the people who have tattooed their purpose on their heart, so everything they do moves them closer to their dreams. You got to master choosing the harder right than the easier wrong. You got to master understanding what you want most is way more important than what you want now. You got to master doing what's best for your life regardless of how you feel. You got to master saying no to the things that don't get you your yes. You can't be doing what everybody else is doing and expect to be great. Lock in. You don't get to be the 1% who's special by doing what the other 99% do. Lock in. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and accomplishments. And the only person that can construct that bridge is you. Discipline might be painful at times, but I promise you this, regret sure does hurt a whole lot worse. I want you to ask yourself this question right now. Will this behavior, how I'm living my life right now, get me to the place where my dreams rest?
You don't get discipline from your parents, from your grandparents, from your older brothers and sisters. You don't get discipline from an external source. You have to get it from you. That's what self-discipline is. You get it from yourself. You get it from you. And if you want to blame other people for the problem, and I say this all the time,
If you don't take ownership of the problem's not going to get solved. So if you blame your parents for not having raised you in a disciplined environment, you're not going to solve that problem. You're looking at your parents saying, if you would have done a better job being more disciplined for me, I would be more disciplined now. So that means you can't do anything. The fact of the matter is it's wrong. You actually can do something. And it doesn't matter how your parents raised you and brought you up. You can have the discipline you need to decide to do it.
If you would like to discipline yourself, which is a very good idea, pick a direction you want to go first. Pick a goal you would like to attain, a medium to long-term goal. You might imagine something you need and want, some attainment that would motivate, whose pursuit would motivate you. And you can ask yourself that. It's a good question to ask yourself in general. If you could have what you needed and wanted, what would that be? And that's a meditative question. You don't want to force an answer out of yourself. You want to ask yourself that like you'd ask someone else. If I could have what I wanted, what would that look like? And you can ask yourself that in a more differentiated way. If I could have the relationship that I needed and wanted, if I could have the friendships, if I could have the job or career, if I could have the educational pathway, if I could adopt civic responsibility, if I could engage in some creative enterprise. The next goal is to take your goal and to fragment it into micro goals until you find a micro goal that's small enough that it still presents some challenge that you will do.
The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. Something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day we are choosing shit that's not in our own best interest, right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're gonna kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.